me ask you this question, Dave. What is a valuable life lesson you learned as a child that you carry with you today? And why do you think you remember it to this day?
Thank you, Steve, for that question. So what is one lesson I learned early in childhood, and why do I remember it? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is I remember when I was like in the third grade. Actually, my school would do this like fundraiser every year, basically, and they'd do like this partnership with World's Best Chocolates, and so every year they'd have this competition, and it was just more of my competitive nature where I just like, oh, I got to sell as many chocolate bars as possible and just get, because they had these prizes, and the prizes were cool, and like, yeah, I wanted it. But also on top of that, I just was very competitive. Thing is, no one except my mom would go with me. So she'd kind of go with me door to door, knocking on everyone's, all our neighbors, kind of bothering them and asking if they wanted to buy chocolate bars to help, support the school and the fundraiser. And she would go with me, but at the same time, she would stand like 7 feet back, just like kind of give me space, kind of give me independence. So to answer your question, it's the life lesson is independence. And I just really appreciate it because, one, she was there being very supportive, but then she wasn't like too close or like looking right over my shoulder or giving this vibe where, because when kids come to my door, I'm like, is a kid really selling it or is a parent using them to get my emotions involved and therefore I'm going to buy? So to me, like looking at it as an adult, I actually appreciate her not only as when I was a child and she gave me independence, but on top of that, it kind of seems like it was more my thing that she was supporting. And then to answer the second part of your question, why do I remember it, is just because she's my loving mother, and she didn't really complain. She never complained. She was always happy for me, even though like sometimes I would go and knock 200 doors in a day, like after school. And she was just very supporting, and she is still to this day is a very loving woman, and that's why I remember it. Thank you, Steve.